Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. A cold start after 4 days of idling, nothing but idling, and we'll see how the engine sounds. I assure you, I haven't cracked it before, so whoa, ho, ho. That's how the engine sounds. Cold start in the parking. We'll take it out, we'll give it a bit of a run. Maybe I'll be running it for about half an hour or so, and I want you to listen to the engine note, and I want you to observe if you find any difference in the engine note and what kind of difference. Engine on the right hand side. Exhaust. Engine on the left hand side. A lot of requests on engine sound and engine related aspects. I keep getting these messages on Instagram and on YouTube asking me about how is it that I maintain the engine so well, and so on and so forth. Well, how is it that my engine sounds like this even after 35,000 kilometers? If you guys watch, don't dig in. Okay, there you go. So that's the engine sound. I keep getting these messages on how is it that my engine sounds like this when everybody's engine is clicking and clattering and all sorts of, and that's the exhaust note. As clean and as nice as that. Like a brand new engine and butter smooth. Yeah, so and the ownership experience definitely takes a beating, you know, when you have an engine that is a little too noisy and you don't really understand what's going on, and you've never had an experience with a Royal Enfield. You've only been riding other bikes, and then once you get yourself a long stroke motor and you get to hear all of this, you kind of feel that, you know, there's something seriously wrong with the engine. Okay. Kindly do not think of this as just my perspective on something. This is a lot of work that's gone into making an engine that sounds and runs as nice as this. I mean, ready to produce power, and I couldn't ask for a better engine. I just couldn't ask for one. So yeah, going back to ownership days, the first time when I got this machine, initially for about a week or two, the engine was nice. That's how it is. When they break in, when engines break in, they're always smooth and they're super nice. And then with time, maybe depending on how you ride, you get to hear all sorts of noises, and you kind of end up wondering what's going on. And it's a totally new experience. You do not understand what's going on, and it gets to your nerves. I too faced that. I was really pissed at this engine, is because this engine was the worst of all the Royal Enfields that I had. The other Royal Enfields that I had somehow figured out. Again, the problem lied with me, the way I understood it. Of course, there is a lot going on with Royal Enfield as well. They are kind of screwing up their own machines by making things a little too awkward. I'll talk about that. But then I could have helped it. I could have helped this machine too. I mean, it's just that I thought of this machine to be something that I would not want to touch and modify and, you know, let it be and just have nice gala time with it. But it turned out to be the exact opposite. I had to work on it to get it to where it is today. Yeah, so the thing is, this engine, this motorcycle also sounded like crap in the beginning. It used to clatter and it used to make all sorts of noises which would get to my nerves. So what did I do? For that, you need to understand one thing. This machine from Royal Enfield, or for that matter any machine from Royal Enfield, is going through a lot of pollution norms, complying to pollution norms, and that is what screws these engines up. These engines are pathetic because of one reason and one reason only, that they run a lot lean than they're supposed to run. Yeah, so the fueling mixture, the air fuel mixture, is pathetically lean in the lower RPMs. Higher RPMs, the stock Royal Enfield or my machine, they both are almost the same. I run something called a Powertronic ECU, which offers custom fueling to the bike. And that way, over time, over two plus years of tweaking the maps on the Powertronic, I have managed to get it to where it is today. This sounds and runs like a beauty throughout the day. It's not that it starts fine and then through time it just kind of becomes like a pain in the ass. No, it doesn't. It is beautiful throughout the day. It is ready to produce power throughout the day. It is just willing to go throughout the day. It doesn't tire the machine. It's because I am running a totally different air fuel mixture in comparison to the stock air fuel mixture, and that is key. So these machines straight out of Royal Enfield are pathetically lean, and you cannot do anything about it. There's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. And if you live in areas like Chennai, where I am at, and like nice and humid and hot weather for 3/4 of the year, then you are definitely going to be faced with a crappy motor, a motor that sounds like it's running out of air and fuel. And so yeah, technically it's not running out of air, it's running on air, only on air and very less fuel. So that's the problem. So you will have to increase the amount of fuel to make this bike run, for it to be a little comfortable, for it to run a little cooler. So Powertronic is one solution. Fuel X Pro is another solution. Fuel X Pro helps you with all the modifications that you do. So you can fine tune the air fuel mixture to a certain map. There are about 10 options in Fuel X Pro, so you can choose any one option which makes the engine run a lot better. For people who do not understand cooler, better. You will definitely notice the difference. The engine will not make so much noise. This is not an exclusive machine. This is just like any other Royal Enfield, but over time I've managed to nail it down. I have managed with Powertronic. It's a bit of a pain. There's a lot of work that goes into getting the right map. There's ignition and fueling that you'll have to control to see to it that you get what you want. Powertronic offers maps, so you can definitely get in touch with the team and get the map for your own, for your machine with all the mods that you've done, or for your stock machine, whatever. They will give you maps, but to tweak those maps you need to have very good understanding, and you need to be relentlessly at it. You'll have to keep riding the bike, keep testing it, keep riding, keep testing. That may go on for I don't know, depending on the amount of time that you spend. For me it took about 2 years of constant iterations and constant changes to the map to get it to where it is today. So it's been a fantastic experience. I enjoyed it, but 99% of people may not enjoy it. They might want a one-stop solution, and that is not how Powertronic works. So the best thing to do is to get yourself something like a Fuel X Pro, which has these factory standard maps, and you can use any of those maps to see to it that you have a much better running machine. A better running machine guaranteed. The Fuel X Pro is amazing. I have installed it on 2 bikes already. Both are running flawlessly well. I mean, they're amazing now. I sometimes feel that I shouldn't have wasted so much time with the Powertronic, rather got myself a Fuel X Pro. Now for the people in the West, your booster plugs will definitely do what this does, but yeah, this is a little more of customization. If you run a free flow muffler, if you run a high flow air filter, then you can fine tune it even better with a Powertronic. So yeah, that was it. That's the reason why my engine is the way it is. Now coming to the way it looks. There's a reason why it looks this way, because I still love the engine. The rest of the bike has taken a beating. The whole of the bike has taken a beating. Everywhere you will find nicks, you will find dents, you will find scratches. It's just that the camera doesn't pick it up, but there's a lot of bruises on this machine. The machine has taken a lot of beating, especially ever since it started going rocks. It started doing rocks. And well, that being said, I love the engine, so I keep it that way. I keep it clean. I clean it really well, and then I go ahead and I coat it with silicone spray. And I will definitely attach a link of that product if you want your engine to look like mine. It's as simple as that. But clean it well. I've made videos on how to clean the engine and engine fins, and you know how to maintain it. I do not use this machine in traffic. I do not use this machine in to commute to work. I don't. This is fun. This is joy. This is not me owning a bike to show off to anyone. Keep this machine parked in your garage. Only take it for all sorts of fun activities. Do not take this to work, commute with it, and then, you know, crib and complain about how this engine is in stop and go traffic. It's because it's already running a pathetically lean mixture, and you're asking for trouble if you continue to run in the lower RPMs. You're asking for trouble. Everything will start deteriorating. Everything will start taking a beating. You will have catastrophic engine damage if you continue to push it in the lower RPMs. In the lower RPMs, this is just a pathetically tuned motorcycle. Kindly do not do that. Take this bike and be on the highways. Take this bike and have fun on off-road terrain, and you will love it even more. So yeah, that being said, that's all there is to it, and hopefully you will also have a motor that runs like this. That's it. 5 years later. Isn't that amazing? And yep, beauty. Getting back on, and I will catch up with you guys on another one. This is Ben signing out for now. Ciao.